What's up, love bugs? Listen. God has really been tugging at my heart to make this video. So here goes. So God has been saying to me, be steadfast, persevere, have perseverance, be persistent. God led me to decide that it's time to close down Forever Health and Wellness, the store. Granted, we're still gonna have online, but let me just explain something to you guys. Starting a business was more than creating generational wealth. It's more than I want to be rich. And God had been telling me for a while during COVID, when it first started. I just remember sitting outside and God said to me, what if you don't open back up? I was coming up with all these ideas and revamp, and I kept hearing God ask me that question, and I avoided it. I was like, whatever, God, I don't know if you know, but I got bills and I have, other things going on with my life, and I need this. God said, okay, do things your own way then. So I said, I opened and date, and it just kept tugging at my heart because God just kept saying, don't open. And I couldn't understand it because I'm like, you do realize that we're $60,000 in this business. $60,000 may not sound like a lot of money when you're talking on a business facet. However, $60,000 to somebody who didn't have resources, from somebody who didn't come from a family where their parents had money. We didn't come from a place where we even had friends. I didn't even have somebody in my circle at the moment that contribute $10,000, and that's not a dig or anything. That's just real. And so to even be able to accumulate that type of money, for God to say, you just opened your business and now I'm asking you to close it, that takes perseverance, that takes persistence, it takes obedience. And I'm gonna try not to get emotional because it's bigger than money. It's bigger, like the purpose that we have. Let me tell you something. The purpose that God gave me in this life is to help you discover what your purpose is. It's to help other people discover what their purpose is. And it's so funny because God was like, you really thought that you selling CBD was going to fulfill you? Did you really think that that's all your purpose was starting a business? And sometimes we don't realize that we're thinking too small. It may seem big to your flesh in the moment because it's like nobody else in my family has started their own business, or I'm the first person to graduate college, or I'm the first person to do this, whatever it is for you. We don't see that we're thinking too small. God was like, your job, it doesn't matter what you do, what avenue you're in, you have purpose. And you're always going to bring purpose to something. It doesn't matter if I sell a t-shirt, if I sell CBD, if I sell a bottle of water. God is going to use me because I've accepted my calling. So it took $60,000 and a leap of faith for me to discover truly who I am, truly what my purpose is on this earth. And it has given me so much courage and so much confidence to fulfill my every assignment. We all have negativity within us. We all have darkness within us. And we always talk about positivity, but negativity exists as well. How do we deal with that? You accept it so that you can be better. How can you accept a part of you and not accept the other part? So during this journey of starting a business, opening a business, going from having a few customers to a lot of customers, God has brought some amazing people my way. has brought amazing people in our lives, lessons that are priceless. So I would gladly spend that money again. And I remember looking in the mirror and saying to God, I remember at the point of my surrender, at my full surrender, I said to God, I said, if it took $60,000 to help one person find what their purpose is, then it was worth it. And I'll take that, because it's not a loss, it's a win. So when we closed, God had been giving me these little things, and I'm writing it down, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? What am I gonna do with that? Because, we want to know everything. We want to know more. And for me, I'm like, as soon as I get an assignment, I'm trying to jump on it. I'm trying to get, I'm just trying to execute, because I love walking in what I talk. I love action, because it produces fruit. It produces more. And that feeling of just being able to help somebody, that feeling of just being able to progress as a person, to level up, I get high off of that. And so God was like, make this video. And I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to do it in this cute little way where we were gonna do these messages, just talking to the customers, which I got y'all. We still gonna rock out. We still gonna have a fun time. But God was like, right now, Key, I need you in a raw. Right now, I need you to just keep it 100%. Don't try to sugarcoat anything. And when I tell you, this decision has been one of the best decisions that I've come to terms with. I can right now just say, okay, no, I'm not going to close. I'm going to open back up. But God said no. So I'm asking you, what is it that you're doing that is holding you back from thinking bigger, holding you back from full surrender? Are you comfortable? Do you want more? Because if you do, sometimes you have to take crazy leaps of faith. You have to have crazy faith. You have to do things that the average person may not be able to understand. God has put me in this, of course, all of us in a sort of isolation for a reason. But for me personally, I isolated myself on top of isolation. And I realized that had I not been in that just me, if I had not isolated myself, I would have ran the risk of telling the wrong person, hey, I ain't gonna open back up. And them, oh, what about your bills? What about your finances? What about this? What about that? And it would have created anxiety. It would have created worry. But in this, I was able to have peace in this. I was able to only be in the spiritual realm. Of course, my own self fights that spiritual portion of who I am. My light and my darkness, they clash. So we cannot afford to have somebody else in our ear telling us something when God has a bigger purpose for our lives. So let me tell you this. I don't know who you are. I don't know who God is talking to. But it's time to just listen to that voice, that feeling that you have, that nudge that you feel. Release whatever you need to release. And just follow, because it's going to be okay. It may not seem logical at the moment. It may not seem like it's possible at the moment, but that bigger version of who you are, that big dream that scares you, it's going to happen. And it's so funny because when God finally gave me why he told me I couldn't open, I was like, I was thinking way too small. God is going to use us no matter what we do, no matter what our jobs are.